Hey guys, this is Munir Adobe. I go by Goosebreeder and I play Counter-Strike.
And the flag for Goosebreeder couldn't be more perfect. So it's either fight or flight really for Goose in this instance. It's Goose that does all the damage.
I actually grew up in Quebec, Canada. I lived there for about 18 years. So kind of what got me into gaming, I grew up with 3 older brothers who all liked playing games. We always had like consoles growing up, and then probably roughly when I was like 11, we actually got like a computer for the family. My first game was San Andreas. And then I got into like RuneScape and other stuff. So I would say like my brothers definitely influenced me picking up games, and I just naturally liked it. It was fun to me. The first game that I really got into was a game called Guns the Duel. After Guns the Duel, I started playing Soldier Front, which was like a free-to-play shooter. And I was like decent, but I wasn't like anything like too insane or whatever. My competitive journey started roughly like 2015. I've been playing for like, I would say a little bit under a year, and I got basically picked up by UB United. They needed a 5th for a few tournaments they were gonna play in. And yeah, they were basically the first team I ever competed with, and that's kind of where my like love for competition started.
I believe that what Munira brings to the team is a lot of communication, a lot of interaction, a lot of growth, and I want to say a lot of goofiness. She is a little bit goofy.
When would I ever bite ice cream?
But she can be serious when she needs it. Goosebreeder in a 1 versus 4 here. She gets the first kill. Has to have fun with a second. That was really good, Goosey.
My first tournament was LAN ETS in 2015, which is like kind of like a local LAN in Montreal. It's just a big tournament with a bunch of kind of like pug teams and some actual teams. But then we moved on to Katowice, and then it was Copenhagen Games. And I can't quite remember where we placed, but I know we placed 2nd in Copenhagen Games. Then after that, basically I got the cut. I was still pretty newbie at that time. I haven't been playing for very long. And that was like a pretty big milestone, I guess, in terms of like what drove me to like be better. I think getting cut kind of lit a fire for me to really prove myself. You know, like I'll show you why you shouldn't have cut me. So after UB United, I played a little bit on some mixed roster with some like friends. Then I got an opportunity to join Karma at the time, which is basically Dignitas. So I played on that roster for about 3 years, and at the time we were definitely the underdogs in comparison to UB United, which at some point became CLG Red. And for a while it was kind of just like us placing top 3 a lot, and then we kind of got that like breaking moment where we started winning. And I think that's kind of where I started really playing well. I was the best in terms of female CS. And doing that from being like someone who got cut was a very big moment for me. I've shown that I'm good now. And kind of what was going through my head at the time was we were like the best at the time. We just won Girl Gamer, we just won IM Katowice, but I just knew that there was like more for me. I felt like I was kind of capped where I was at the time. I didn't feel like my mindset matched my peers' mindset. And I wanted to just shoot for more, whether that was like a mixed team or whether just a team that could challenge me more and really bring me to be the player I wanted to be.
I never thought that she had teammates that could be up the level that she was. So it was hard to say, you know, how good her teams were, but she was definitely standing out.
Even still now, I want to be like better. I don't want to just like compete female CS or women's tournaments. I want to be like someone who can contend even at higher levels. So I basically wanted to challenge myself and be amongst people who could bring that out of me. CLG Red was honestly a good choice, and I think, you know, I've proven that I made a good decision. Not only am I like playing amongst like more talented peers, but I also moved up a division, which doesn't seem like much, but there's a lot to going up a division that definitely challenges you, and it's definitely something that I was looking for. And so I'm glad I made that decision and joining CLG Red.
And Goose is gonna try to get away with at least 1, 2, maybe 3 kills, and she does!
Joining into CLG Red was actually a pretty challenging experience for me. There's just a lot where I went from like feeling like one of the best players to like now I'm just getting punished like left and right. It's like almost feels like I don't know how to play Counter-Strike anymore. The way I approached a lot of situations just wasn't either the way the team wanted to play things or the way people play at that division. So basically what went through my head was like, I might be, you know, shit now, but it doesn't matter as long as I get better. And I'm at the point right now where I'm like looking back and I'm like, yeah, I made like huge strides and definitely like really confident in my gameplay as a player, as a teammate. And there's still things that I want to strive for, and there's still a lot for me to do, but I'm really like proud of the work I did. So this is kind of where I keep my lanyards. Over the years, I have a lot. I have some of my medals in here too. And then this is Zowie Nest Pros, the last tournament we played in actually. Before like COVID hit and everything, and we actually won this tournament, so it was pretty sick. Right now I'm on break, so I'm honestly like straight just chilling, because I do go pretty ham like when the season starts, and I find if I do too much beforehand too, then I'm just gonna like burn out quicker, and I just want to make sure I'm like good during the season. So that is kind of how I've been approaching things. I'm a very like goal-oriented person, so typically I'll try to prep on the map. Okay, like my role is playing Mirage on Con, so I'm trying to learn like how to be better at that role. I watch myself back. My boyfriend helps me like watch things back too and gives me advice.
I would say that she makes me better, and I think that I make her better. There's a lot of things that we both have in common as players. We have a really similar view of the game, and we play a lot of similar roles. Our personalities are similar, and that even translates to what we do inside the server. So I think it's really cool that we can bounce ideas off of each other, and we can have a similar workflow and keep each other accountable when we're trying to get better.
Honestly, I pick up a lot of different stuff from John. I definitely think my mechanics have like gotten better, even just from like seeing what it's supposed to look like and what it was looking like for me. I think I'm a relatively visual person, so if I see the way things are supposed to be, I can like implement them easier. Just like take little things here and there, like, oh my god, that's cool, like, oh, I should be doing that, like whatever. It could be like anything, and he obviously knows what he's talking about, so I do like take a lot of his advice.
I actually don't think there's a limit to how good Goose can be. She has really impressed me. There's a reason why I think she's a great addition to the red team, is because she will do whatever it takes to win.
Goosebreeder's there with her. She's got a double back of her own. Goosebreeder's gone ham with 4 kills.
Big goal for me is Premier. Don't want to just be a good female player, a good like women's player. I want to be like someone who's respectable amongst like all levels of the game. So it's definitely a lot of work. I'm not like pro yet, and it's like a hill to climb, right? It's Premier comes before pro, so that's like the goal for now. There's so many challenges when you're a competitor that like you have to have the spirit to overcome all of that. And if you really want to be a competitor, then like go for it and just work towards it and try to do like the right things and just use your time efficiently and really think about like what you're doing and why, and try to work towards that. I mean, in a perfect world, it would be awesome like seeing myself like at the highest level, but it's just not there yet, and I have to be realistic. So Premier is like my goal for now.